viewers and talk something which is disturbing to the core. Airline safety in our country has become a joke. In a safety lapse that should alarm everyone, two planes collided with each other on the tarmac. A SpiceJet plane taxiing at the Delhi airport hit a stationary Akasa airplane, resulting in damage to the two aircraft. What's going on? And we are being told that there were passengers on board when this happened. So let's quickly open this up to the panel. We have Captain Sam Thomas, Sanjay Lazar, J.S. Rawat. Our guests need no introduction. Mr. Lazar, you go first. What's going on? What do you make of this?
Well, it was shocking to even hear it, but it's not unknown. We've had an Air India and Indigo a couple of months ago. We've had, we just saw that shocking tragedy in LaGuardia, New York. So here, obviously here, someone has taken their eye off the ball. There are marshals at the tarmac who, guide the aircraft in. So we really don't know what happened. We know that the Akasa, Hyderabad-bound Akasa was stationary, getting ready to push back, and the other aircraft was coming in, the SpiceJet. I think one just clipped the other really and clipped its wings, so to speak. But yes, it is shocking. And I'm sure the DGCA will look into it deeply. But it's also, Delhi is, one of the busiest airports in the country and cause for concern how it disrupts the flights. Pranesh.
Okay. Mr. Thomas, what explains this?
I firstly, good evening to the panelists and the viewers. The first sentence, your opening sentence that flight safety is a joke is very, very appropriate. As unfortunate as it is, it's a very truthful statement that you made. Now, there are four aspects here that you need to look into. One is this is the fifth incident on the ground. Now, ground incidents generally is not viewed as seriously as the airborne incidents are. However, they are very, very important when you look at it from the safety aspect. Now, when the first or second incident happened, now when the fifth incident happens, you must take a look at the markings. And while you are traveling as passengers, you may look out and you will see marshals, or rather wing walkers. They're called wing walkers. Now, these wing walkers are nothing but loaders doubling up as wing walkers. They have no clue. You will often see them with a red light up and a green light below. These are completely opposite of what they need to be showing while the aircraft is cleared. That's what they're indicating to the pilot. Second aspect is the training. None of the pilots are trained to judge this ground movement. It's almost a joke when you do the taxiing instructions of new captains. And also very pertinent to remember, we are outlining it over and over again. SpiceJet should not be operating today. Their financial situation is not in the best of health for the last couple of years, but the powers that be are with SpiceJet, and that is why they are operating. There is a huge backlog of salaries, and that is causing a lot of stress among the pilots. Let me
pick on the words powers that be.
Yes.
Mr. Rawat, you worked in the DGCA. What does the DGCA even do? Should we have a DGCA or should we just shut it down? It doesn't work.
Basically, all the ground incidents are avoidable incident. Now, in this incident, because as the panelists have said that when they are taxiing in, aircraft is taxiing in, there are marshal around the aircraft which are signaling them, whether they are signaling wrong or right, that is material here. But in this particular case, the way the aircraft hit the stationary aircraft, it has almost gone to the back of the aircraft. Its wing has gone to the back of the aircraft. So if there was marking problem or some other problem of the pilot, it should not gone to that extent because there is safety margin between the two aircraft also. So it has violated everything and it has hit the aircraft at the tail.
No, I understand, sir, but my question is, what does the DGCA do? Because, every time there is a, airline related story and we talk about DGCA, the people who are watching this on TV must be wondering, what is DGCA? मैंडेट क्या है, क्या करते हैं? इज पब्लिक सेफ्टी द प्रायोरिटी और आर दे ओनली देयर टू फैसिलिटेट प्रॉफिट फॉर द एयरलाइन कंपनी?
The DGCA, what the does DGCA do? DGCA, this thing approve the flight operations manual of the airline, where all the systems and other whatever that they are following for taxing of the aircraft, operation of the aircraft, that is let down. Now the question is how far the airline are following that, or somebody is violating for that. That is a separate. DGCA will not go everywhere and see that aircraft are parking in the right manner. Or
No, the DGCA does not have to go there physically, but I'm sure there can be mechanisms in place, that can do the check.
Mechanism in the place that the systems are laid down in the flight operations manual, which are taught to the pilots also, so they know how to taxi. The only thing that if they are not deviating from that, so nobody can do that.
Okay, so nobody. So if the rules are there, but if the rules are not being followed, the DGCA is helpless. Or maybe there is a price tag to bend the rule, and someone in the DGCA or more than one person is making money at the cost of public safety.
How much the pilot has deviated? No pilot can imagine how much he has deviated from the track and the course which you are supposed to follow. No, it is a totally.
Mr. Thomas is saying something. Yes, sir.
It's understood that he has deviated, and it's understood that he has hit the tailplane of the aircraft. Why has it happened? Is he mad? Is he also suicidal? So you should go to the root cause analysis. Unfortunately, nobody in DGCA is qualified enough to do that. They have made a manual. Yes, now everybody get back and follow your manual. That's the end of the story. That is why we need something like an FAA or a CAA or the EASA that is...
I think Mr. Lazar agrees with what Captain Thomas is saying.
Without doubt, I have been screaming for the last 2 years from the rooftops. We have one of the most worthless regulators in the world.
Let's do away with it, sir. Let's ensure that we launch a public campaign, and let's do away with, because it's a waste of public resource. Dismantle the building or do something else in that building. It's just waste of resource. I thank all of you, gentlemen. Let's just hope that, something happens about incidents like these. The news hour with Navita Kumar on the other side.